Hi guys, happy Monday. How are we doing today? Another Monday. We did it. How's it going, guys? Welcome in. Hey, what's up, Dalt? The link sausage from the other night. You know it. You know it. I've been trying to figure out what to do with them, and I just couldn't stop thinking about making like a fresh pasta to go with it. So this is where we ended up. Erasmus, hey, good to see you. How are you doing? Are you staying cool? Are you okay? Hopefully, if you guys are experiencing that insane heat wave right now that's passing through parts of the U.S. and Canada, hopefully you guys are okay, staying cool and hydrated, hunkering down. Be careful out there. Hi, Andar. Hello. Hello. Hi, what's up, Noodle? Happy Matude. Matude. Yeah, you're right. It's Tuesday for you. I'm sorry. Cool in the air conditioning. Nice. Stay inside if you can. I don't know, man. Like, ugh, too hot. Too hot. I heard they were like relaxing capacity things for like malls and movie theaters and stuff like that, just to give people a place to go to, like if they don't have air conditioning in their homes, which I think is probably a good thing. So yeah, we're gonna get through this. I feel so bad for. I'm seeing everyone post about how they're just absolutely melting, and it sounds terrible. Hello, Midi Moonstorm. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? Let me get some water. Guys, go grab a glass of water if you haven't had some in a little bit. Make sure you're staying hydrated. I know I'm not. So we're going to try to fix that. I'm going to start off by just putting my groceries away because I ran to the grocery store, as I often do on Mondays. So I'll start by putting all that away. The pizza that I got last week, they were on sale again, so I got 2 more. Yeah, I'm doing pretty okay. We're not experiencing a heat wave here in LA. Just normal warm weather, but nothing extreme. So I'm doing fine. Two bottles, one with water and one with tea for your cramps. Oh no. I hope you feel better. Can you take like a Tylenol or an ibuprofen? Maybe something like that. Hopefully the tea helps. But yeah, I have not had nearly enough water today, so. I got more of the. I'll show you guys my groceries as I put them away. I don't know. I feel like people weirdly like interested in what groceries I buy? I feel like people are like weirdly into it. I got DiGiorno Hawaiian pizza. It was 50% off, so I got 2 of them, and it was pretty good. I got one last week, and they were very tasty. So when I saw them on sale again, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a few more. It's like a good snack. It's like a good lunch for my husband. It's easy to make. Hot in Pennsylvania, but nowhere near the extreme heat. Yeah, it's wild right now. If you guys are seeing the reports from like the Pacific Northwest area, it's really bad. And I think what's so bad about it is that these places are not equipped to handle this kind of heat. I think that's the real problem here. Is not just that it's hot. Yeah, it's bad that it's hot. That sucks. But we're talking places that may not even have air conditioning because they're just not used to those kinds of temps. And so we're talking like dangerous heat. So the Thai family came again. Wait, what? Thai family? What Thai family? Hey, Shiny! I was wondering how you were doing. The 105 in Oregon didn't feel as bad as 93 in Pennsylvania. Well, that's good, I guess. Glad you're hanging in there. What? A vegan pasta class? Oh my gosh, you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me the secrets of vegan pasta making. What do they do instead of egg? How strange. Vegan pasta. I know a lot of like store-bought dry pasta is vegan, but that's because it's like semolina pasta, so it has no egg in it. I think it's just like water and flour. But I don't know about fresh pasta. Oh God. Oh no. Shoot. Ugh. How was everybody's weekend? Too much cereal. I know, I gotta keep a steady supply. I have to keep a steady supply of cereal feed. Hi, Stinging Bear. Nice. Keep up the good work. Ooh, trip back to Colorado. Hi, how's it going, DL? Sounds good. Have a good lurk. All right, we are going to be working with the sausage. That was part of Shiny Pants' meal redemption. So, in a way, this is almost like a part 2, sort of the sausage. Ha! I always make it work. I always make it work somehow. Put that on my resume. The mom is on visitor pass and can't check in with her daughter, and they let me teach them how to use the app for her mom. Oh, okay. Nice. I see. So they're a regular family. You're making salsa tonight with fresh peppers from the garden, and you have no clue what you're doing. Are you following a recipe? Why don't you look up a recipe? That's what I would do. If I want to make something but I don't know where to start, I'll at least look up a couple recipes and take it from there. It's like going like a frying pan. Yikes. We're okay. It's like in the probably high 70s right now. It's okay. It's comfortable. Part 2 of the epic sausage trilogy. Is it a trilogy? What's part 3? Your arm's a little sore. It'll be sore for a little while, but it goes away. Oh, hey girl. Thank you for the follow. It does get better. That soreness shouldn't last more than like a couple days. My arm was pretty sore for both shots, so you'll have to tune in next week to find out. So I did divvy them up, and I froze some of them, and I refrigerated some of them. So I'm going to use the ones in the fridge today, and then I have like a few left in the freezer that we'll save for another day. I also was able to get rid of some of them with a friend. A friend came over, and I was like, hey, do you want some of my sausages? And he was like, yes. So I sent him home with some sausages, which is great. I love giving food out to people I love, so like that makes me super happy because then it doesn't go to waste, and it's a way of showing the people in my life that I care about them. Might do a meal redemption today if we're feeling up for it. I don't know. We have kind of an odd meal redemption in the queue, which is a goldfish cereal. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a bowl of goldfish cereal. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't have it marked on the calendar, but I did buy some goldfish, so maybe we can do it at some point if we're feeling up for it. Hey Dono, so how's it going? I almost forgot getting your appointment for shot number 2. Yeah! I love to hear it. Congratulations. A little redemption snack, yeah. Yeah, it's goldfish and milk. It is a legit meal redemption that someone saved up, Snake Eye saved up 50,000 points and wants me to make goldfish cereal. So that's what I'm gonna do. So you too can save up 50,000 points and have me make something questionable. Ah! Oh, bananas down, bananas down. Ooh. Hey Knife Clan, you're finally breaking in your Le Creuset with a tater tot hot dish. Very nice. That sounds great. Is it a casserole dish? I was at work and Fresh was at the Bed Bath and Beyond, and he sent me a picture of a Le Creuset casserole dish and was like, "You want this?" And I was like, "Yeah, but no, but yeah, but no." And eventually I was like, "No, don't buy it. I really don't need it." But it was a cute one. I think it was like kind of like a teal color, right, babe? It's kind of pretty. But I said, nah, save your money. I don't really need it. I don't make enough casseroles. Yeah, it's all in the preparation. It's all in the wrist as you pour the milk. It's all in your spoon technique as you serve it. You got to make sure that like the milk is like at the perfect temperature. There's like a lot of factors, you know. It's deceptively simple. Agave color, a nice dark blue Dutch oven. Ah, that sounds so pretty. Have fun with your hot dish. I have never made a tater tot hot dish before. Nor have I actually ever had one. I know I would like it. I love tater tots and I love casseroles. So, like, I know I would like it. I just never tried one before. Hi, Skullstorm. How's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Your mom wants you to cook 20 portions of chicken mushroom noodles for her office. So didn't you say that she does pay you for this, like catering? Does she hook it up? Do they pay you for your services, or do they just pay you for ingredients? That's pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever cooked for 20 people before. Awesome. You turned 21 last Thursday. Happy belated birthday, Skullstorm. Let's get some birthday hype for Skullstorm. Woo, 21. Last time I saw your stream when it was at the beach. Oh, so it's been a little while. Yeah, that beach trip was fun, but that was a while. That was a while ago. It was a good day. It was so hot though. The phone like overheated. It was so hot. Your mom pays you for the ingredients and a meal because I wouldn't eat the big portion meal I cook because I would get tired of the smell. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but I'm just curious, like, if you get paid for, like, you know, your time and energy. Like, I would hope that she would pay for the ingredients, yeah. Just curious. That's cool, though. I mean, I guess your mom shouldn't necessarily be the one paying. She should get the colleagues to pay. You haven't been to the beach in years. Not in the mood, and you're nocturnal and the sun hurts your eyes. Yeah, you know what? That trip to the beach was what made me remember, hey, I don't like the beach that much. It's not my favorite. Like, I went there and like literally the wind picked up and it started blowing sand. Do you guys remember? I was like complaining because I was trying to eat a burger and sand was like blowing around and like getting in my food. And I just remember saying something along the lines of like, I just remembered I hate the beach. Like, what am I doing here? When I go outside, I literally feel like I'm gonna blow up. Well, I do like being outside. I just don't love the beach. I like being outside a lot. And it depends on the beach. You know, what I prefer is I prefer a beach when it's a little overcast. I like that because I don't necessarily like to go and like go swimming and, you know, sunbathe and whatever. I love to like build sandcastles and I love to walk on the beach and I love to explore. I love going tide pooling. Has anyone here ever gone to explore tide pools before? If you haven't, oh my goodness. It is like something you have to do in your lifetime. It is so cool. So tide pools are these like rock pools that form on the edge, like on the coast. And the tide comes in and the water comes in and it like the water goes over all these nooks and crannies in the rock. And so you have these amazing biodiversity. You have all sorts of cool ocean creatures, but then the tide goes out and then you can walk on them and explore them. So there's all sorts of cool things like starfish and sea anemones and like sea urchins and snails and crabs and little fish and I don't know, like even like sea cucumbers and sea slugs, although I've never seen those before in the wild, only in a touch tide pool, but they're so cool. I go outside when the moon's up. There you go. Yeah, I prefer like kind of a more overcast beach over like a hot sun beach because I just hate that nasty like hot sand, like no shade. Ugh. Yeah, I hate that. But I love tide pools. If you guys have never had a chance to explore them, I don't know where the closest one is to me, but they are seriously cool. There's just like so much biodiversity in them, right? It's really neat. If you ever have a chance to go, I recommend it. Here, let me see if I can show you a picture. Oh, let's change our... There we go. I love tide pools. They are so fun. So yeah, you can like kind of walk on them, right? Because the water goes out and so you can actually access them. But then you can see all sorts of cool stuff. Like you see a lot of these like sea anemones and they'll be all like sucked in. It's really cool. Juan Felipe, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it is seriously neat. You get things like starfish. There's like usually all sorts of crab and I don't know. It's really freaking neat. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I used to do it a lot in Northern California. Yeah, you can like walk right up to it and like look at things. It's fun. It's really, really fun. If you guys ever have a chance to do it, you should check it out. Hey, what's up, Burntwood? And I like the beaches, like, I love the beaches in Northern California, or at least the beach that I grew up by, which is Ocean Beach in San Francisco. It's really, like, not that nice of a beach. I mean, it's kind of, like, sand dune-y, and it's usually, like, kind of overcast. But I've always loved it. It's just wonderful. Like, it's a place where you'll go and just, like, kind of sit and, like, bring a book and like enjoy yourself. You won't go there to like sunbathe unless it's one of those rare hot days that San Francisco gets, like in the late fall or something. One of those random late fall heat waves. I smell rice being cooked. Is someone cooking rice at work? All right. Just putting some dishes away, and then I'm going to start off with our dough. Actually, you know what? Tell you what. I'm going to wash this pot really quick because I need to blanch some spinach. Let me actually wash this. So I'm going to get some water to a boil here because I'm going to start things off by blanching some spinach. Now, you guys know I have made pasta on this stream so many times. I feel like I do it fairly regularly. I mean, I don't do it like every week or anything, but it's something that I've made so many times that I've lost count, you know what I mean? And I like making pasta a lot. But I've always used the same recipe. I've always used just a regular pasta recipe. And today I was like, you know what? I want to try something a little bit different. I think I'm partially inspired by like all these people doing Pride Month, like rainbow pastas this month. And I'm not doing a rainbow pasta, but I was inspired to like, maybe I could make a colorful pasta. And so I've always wanted to try making a spinach pasta because it's supposedly not that hard and tastes good. So I thought that would be a nice one to try for our first like naturally colored pasta. So we're going to be blanching some spinach, draining it out, pureeing it with the egg, and then mixing it in with the flour and then kneading it like normal. I don't know, maybe someone is eating rice. Maybe someone cooked some rice and brought it with them. Like, it's not cooking, but it's freshly cooked, maybe? I don't know. Hi, Snake Eye. I was told there are goldfish in the house. Alert, alert! I did purchase a box of goldfish. Should we try it tonight? Should we just go ahead and do it? I'm down. If you want to. Usually, you know, a meal redemption, I will plan it out a little bit, set a time and everything. But this one requires very little prep time. So I'll leave that up to you. Hi, what's up, Blondie? Yeah, spinach infused pasta. It's gonna be good, I hope. I'm a little worried about the texture because I think it might end up being a little bit stickier. So I hope it rolls out okay, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Might as well. Okay. Right now? Okay. All right, I guess we're going to do a meal redemption right now. Do it. Are you sure you have time left in the stream to do such a complicated redemption? I can squeeze it in there. I can squeeze it in. Should we try to get Off-Fresh to try it? He said ew gross when I told him about it, but he loves cereal and he loves goldfish. So like, what if it ends up being his new favorite snack? I don't know. He said ew. right, so I'm just boiling some water to blanch our spinach first. First things first, we're gonna start with our dough because we wanna make sure that we have some time to let that rest. I'm gonna be making a fresh tomato sauce with some tomatoes that my husband got a really good deal on some stuff at the farmer's market yesterday. I'm sure he can tell you all about it at some point, but we regularly shop at this one booth because we like their vegetables a lot. And he only had a few bucks, and he went there to just get like one thing, And as he was getting ready to pay, they just kept putting more and more stuff in his bag, which is pretty funny. So he ended up walking away with so much stuff, like $20-something worth of stuff for like $5 because they just kept giving him stuff. Ow, I just poked myself with a knife. Ouch. Turkey. Turkey. Korean purple rice. I feel like it cooks basically like brown rice. I would think. I've eaten it. I don't think I've ever cooked it. I've cooked forbidden rice, which is like black, but kind of ends up looking a little bit purple. I don't know if that's similar. But as far as like a cook time, it cooks very similarly to brown rice. And I would just use it the same way you would use brown rice. Okay. I bought some basil because we're going to be doing like a nice tomato and basil sauce. I also bought some mushrooms and shallots, and I've got some sweet bell peppers or some sweet mini peppers that I was thinking about. Like, I probably won't put that in Fresh's bowl because I feel like he won't want the mushrooms and the peppers. But mushroom, pepper, and Italian sausage and onion is like such a perfect combination. Like, I'm for sure going to do it with mine. I think it's going to be delicious. Adding some barley and beans. Nice. Am I trained in cooking? Nope. Huh? Why am I not using it? Because I wiped down the counters earlier today. I'm not trained in cooking, actually. I've taught myself just by like learning online, and yeah, I would love to take a more formal cooking class at some point, but I'm not looking to go to culinary school or anything serious like that. But I would love to take more classes and like get a little bit better. Maybe someday. Maybe someday I can take like maybe a community college course or something of cooking or pastry or something like that would be pretty fun. But I'm not trying to like go to like an expensive culinary school and like become a chef. Like, I don't think that's my life path. I just like to do it for fun. But it just goes to show you that if you like are not that good at something and you just take the time and you just practice a whole lot, you can actually get pretty good, which is neat. I didn't even realize, like, I can't really mark the point in time where I thought to myself, like, because I do think I'm decent at cooking, but I don't know where in time I crossed that threshold of being like, oh, I'm not really that good, to being like, oh yeah, I'm pretty good. I don't know where it happened, but it happened somewhere along the line in the last like 2 years. And I'm not 100% sure where. Do you want me to wash that? You've got blood all over your shirt. What happened?
Some zombies.
come here. You gotta go in here and wait. Come on, turkey. Come here. Go in there and wait. Good boy. Okay, be patient. You wait in there. Hey, Princess Marshmallow, you know that moment for yourself? Your first bolognese sauce? That's cool that you can pinpoint it. I can't quite pinpoint it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it must have been something that was like somewhat challenging that I surprised myself by doing, but I couldn't tell you exactly what that would be. But yeah, bolognese, dude, I love a good bolognese. Yeah, cooking is maybe the croquembouche, maybe. I think it was earlier than that though. Might have been like when I made the baked Alaska. I don't know. Not sure, I'll have to think about it. Yeah, cooking is a lifelong thing. You can continue to learn and get better forever. Hey, throw your trash away, please. Don't just leave it out. Thank you. I always questioned my cooking, but that moment gave me the self-confidence by the bucket. That's so awesome. See, there you go. Like, you're not going to be perfect, especially if you're just self-taught. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. It's not a big deal. If you make a mistake, then you know how to do it better the next time, right? And then, yeah, once you do it and you nail it, it gives you so much confidence, and then you can try a harder project. Like, for example, making my sausage recently, last week, was really exciting for me, because I, if you told me a few years ago that I was going to be, like, making pastries and homemade sausages and grinding my own meat and doing all that kind of stuff, I would have been like, oh my gosh, stop, not that much water. I would have been like, you're crazy. Like, that's way too hard for me. But now that I've made the sausage, I'm like, oh my God, what kind of sausage am I going to make next? Like, here, throw this away, please. Thank you. We're going to start off with our pasta so that our dough has a little bit of time to rest. Resting the dough helps, I think, with like the texture and the elasticity and it's good. Let's see. This is 16 ounces. Oh, I don't think I need that much. Let me see. 3 ounces of spinach. Yeah, I know. Making the sambal tumis, I was like, I don't even know if this is right, but it tastes amazing. I think I did make it right. Even though I messed it up. Remember when I realized, I was like, oh my God, I think I screwed it up. It still came out good. Hi, Gore. How's it going? All right, we need a question of the day today. What's your favorite? I want to know, what's your favorite leafy green? You like spinach, kale, chard, lettuce? I don't know. You guys tell me. Favorite leafy greens up in here. Collard greens, mustard greens, turnip greens. I don't know. Oh, I love collard greens. Arugula. Arugula is really good. I would probably have to go with collard greens or kale. I like spinach, but not just by itself. Usually I don't like just sauteed spinach because I don't like the texture on my teeth. It makes my teeth feel too squeaky. I can do like spinach, like a spinach like in a pasta, or like a spinach and cheese pastry or quiche or whatever. You know, I love all that, spinach on a pizza, but I can't just do like a bowl of sauteed spinach. It's kind of like, ugh, it makes my teeth squeak together. But I can do like a bowl of like of like collard greens or like a bowl of like a giant kale Caesar or something like that. I'm totally into it. Water spinach? I don't think I've heard of it. What's the difference? Actually, maybe I have. Is that the one that's like a little bit bigger? Like it looks kind of like a big spinach. Get that kale away from me! Except in a salad that has another leafy green with it. That's fair. I know a lot of people are not super into it. I feel like kale gets a lot of hate, but I genuinely like it. Like a kale salad, as long as it's prepped properly, i.e. massaged, like a massaged kale salad. Mm-hmm.
You know that fun fact, kale was on plates of food for many, many years
As a garnish?
garnish.
Yeah. Yeah, but you wouldn't eat that because it's like just raw and gross. Like.
Yeah, but it's the same thing.
Okay, what's your point? Yeah, I know, but what does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I said it was a fun fact.
Oh. Cilantro? Sure, I don't know. I consider that kind of an herb, but whatever. I'll allow it. I don't care. You guys, I as long as it sort of answers the question, I will always be okay with it. Yeah, spinach is really versatile. I keep big bags of spinach because I put them in smoothies all the time. But on its own, yeah, collard greens. Cooked with a little bit of ham, if you can. That'd be pretty cool. Big leaf spinach. Someone was trying to scan the QR code while they were heading into the supermarket. Oh, I was asking about water spinach. All right, I'm just measuring out some spinach. I just want 3 ounces of it. Perfect. So now we have a boil. Our water has reached a boil. So I'm gonna take our spinach and I'm gonna blanch it really fast, and then we're gonna dunk it in an ice bath right after to keep it from cooking more. Ah! My ice machine is so wacko. Princess Marshmallow! Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, pork fat makes everything better. We know. That's why I keep a thing of bacon grease in my fridge, because I just add it to everything. What is water spinach? Okay, so it looks like this. I have seen that at the farmer's market before. I'll have to try it. If you say it's good, how do you like to prepare it? Because I think I've seen that before. It's called water spinach or swamp spinach. This is my favorite, cooked in sambal mix with shrimp paste. Okay. Stir fries, soups, other dishes where a mild green flavor would benefit the recipe. So it's actually not really spinach. It's not even related to spinach. It's part of the brassica family. So it's also not even related to kale. It's actually part of the morning glory family. It has very long vine-like stems and bell-shaped morning glory-like flowers. It's semi-aquatic. It grows really easily with little or no supervision. Oh, it's related to sweet potato. This says that it's related to the morning glory. I'm reading off of receipts. Sometimes it's called Chinese water spinach or ong choy. Oh, that's what ong choy is. Okay, maybe I have had it before. Ong choy sounds familiar. It grows so quickly that it's actually considered invasive in some parts of the U.S. where it has been introduced. But in Southeast Asia, it's a really, really popular vegetable. And it's perceived as more of a culinary blessing because it grows so easily and so it can be sold really cheaply. But in the US, actually, it grows so well that it can take over. So it's a bit invasive. So be careful about growing it in your garden. You might accidentally overrun your garden with water spinach. So they have like these hollow stalks. It's really good stir fried. Okay.
Okay, can you, I'm washing my hands, can you please snap and put them in the bathroom?
Uh-huh. Turkey. Go on. You get out of here. Candace Jean, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Dang It Gang. Yeah, I'll look for ong choy at the farmer's market. I'm almost positive I've seen it before. Now I know. We call it kangkong here. You can make a salad with it and with some cuttlefish. I don't have any cuttlefish. I do have some dried anchovies left over. Remember when I deep fried those anchovies and I was like obsessed with them? I should deep fry some anchovies. Okay. All right, I'll look for it. You've convinced me. I'll look for it. Okay, so I have 3 ounces of spinach. I'm gonna blanch this and then dunk it in ice water and then drain it. Okay. Shouldn't need very long at all, maybe like 30 seconds. Probably not more than a minute. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Princess Marshmallow.
That's my husband. You guys can call him Fresh. Fresh.
Or fresh. Or guy.
All right. So we've just quickly blanched this so you can see it's just cooked a little bit. Excuse me.
Oh gosh. Hi guys. Hi Dale Miller. Hi Chef Noel.
Hi, Chef Noel. What's up? Guess who, bitch? How are you? How's life?
Panera Bread.
Panera Bread has been kicking your ass. I'm sorry.
Lots of
My job
Panera
has been
Bread.
kicking my ass too. They keep adding me on more and more days, and I'm like, dude. They started me at 2 days a week, then they went to 3, then they went to 4. Now we're at 5. So I'm like, you guys better watch yourselves.
She's at a waitress job.
Yeah, waiting tables. They called me back. I honestly didn't think I would go back post-pandemic, but they called me back and they were like, "Hey, we need to get bodies back in here because we're opening back up." And I was just like, "Well, shit, I don't know." I was like, "It's like guaranteed money, So, even though I still work my other job, I was like,
Why are you putting them in the ice?
to stop them from cooking. So I put them in ice water so they don't, just to stop them. Because I'm not trying to cook them so much that they get like nasty. I want to keep them like kind of bright and fresh and green tasting. You're moving in with Brett next year and going to Texas. What's in Texas? Does he have family there or something? All right, can you go let the dog out?
Who let the dog out?
Just for cheaper living? Yeah, I've considered moving to Texas. It's hot though.
Let the dog out.
What's my other job? I'm a like production assistant for a studio. So I do like production, coordination, script writing, stuff like that.
You do a rare one today, though. Look at. Stop.
Get out of here.
Don't do Dexter.
No, I'm not okay with it. He's like trying to be aggressive towards the dog.
He was sitting there before Turkey came out. He was just sitting there.
Yeah, but he was still yelling at him.
Because Turkey's...
Can you eat those elsewhere?
I'm just eating them. I thought you wanted some strawberries.
Just leave me some, or just bring me some later. You don't need to eat them here. Just come back. If you make a whole fuss about how you can't be in here because it stresses all the animals out, then don't be in here when you don't need to be in here. All right, so I've drained out our spinach, but I want to drain out all the excess moisture, so you're also in my way. Thank you. I'm gonna get a cheesecloth, and we're gonna squeeze out all of the excess moisture. Hi, Meow Mix. Felix, come here, come look cute. Air conditioning, yeah, if you just want to sit inside all day, I guess that's cool. I don't like to sit inside all day, but I guess it's fine. All right, so I'm gonna cut a little piece of cheesecloth here.
Are they allowed to eat strawberries, Turkey?
Don't waste our good strawberries
No,
on feeding them to the
That was
dogs.
the first one. I just spit it out. Can you eat it?
I don't know, just throw it away.
Look them up. Can you Google
Just,
it?
no,
I don't wanna waste it.
I'm busy. Look it up yourself, dude. Stop.
Can dogs eat strawberries?
I don't think they're poisonous, but... Spinach.
Dogs eat
Cheesecloth
strawberries?
sounds gross. It does.
Yeah, they can. Come on, doggy, come here. Come here. Feed them the strawberries.
Unless it's bad because it's moldy.
It's not that.
Okay.
It's just sour. Sit. Down. Yeah, you like strawberries.
All right, he's giving him strawberries, I guess.
Yummy.
Weird.
Down.
You're lucky because you have AC. Yeah, totally. All right, so I've cut a piece of cheesecloth, so I'm gonna put my spinach in here that I chilled with ice water.
Down. All the way. Sit. Stay. Good boy. Yeah.
All right, so now I have it in like a little packet, and now I can squeeze it and like squeeze all the moisture out of it. They have an enzyme that can whiten your dog's teeth. That's pretty cool. I think I need to take Turkey into the groomer soon. I think I might try to do it this week. Maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. He needs to be groomed. He's getting really mangy. Not really mangy, that's not the right word, but he's getting, yeah, mangy's the right word. He's looking kind of gross these days, so I think I need to take him in. Okay, so now I got my spinach. I'm gonna get my food processor. I'm gonna try making pasta in the food processor instead of the stand mixer this time. That's actually Dexter. That's our big boy Dexter. Hi, baby. What are you doing here? So we have our nice bundle of spinach. Do I give them ice cubes in their water? No, I don't. They don't care. It's never like so hot inside our house that they would need that. Okay, so here's like a big brick of spinach that we blanched and then poured over ice water and then squeezed all the moisture out of. So, I mean, there's still moisture in here, but it's not like extra watery because we don't want to mess with the the moisture in the pasta, we want to be able to control that really nicely. So I want to squeeze out all the water there. The Thai lady got me bread. Yeah, a rare Dexter appearance. Yes, feast your eyes. You may not see it again for a long time. Dexter is so handsome. I know. He's so beautiful. I wish he would grace us with his presence more often. All right, so I've got my spinach here. I'm also gonna go ahead and add, wait, hang on, is that right? Shoot. Spinach, eggs, olive oil, and salt. Okay, great. I'm gonna add a couple eggs. Did I miss you? Yeah, of course I missed you. How are things? I'm glad to hear that you're working and staying busy, but hopefully it's been good, you know, like hopefully you're enjoying the work. Do they feed you? Do they give you food? I like Panera Bread mac and cheese. Their mac and cheese is really good.
Didn't I show you that video though?
Oh yeah, about how it's like just like microwaved.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's not good though. That doesn't mean it can't taste good though.
True.
Just doesn't mean they make it, just means they don't make it there. But I mean, I didn't necessarily think they were making it there. Italy? No, I haven't. That place is pretty famous, right? No, I haven't. I was training at the busiest cafe they have, so it was awful for a bit, then I started getting the hang of it. Hell yeah. And they moved me to a smaller one that isn't as busy, but I will be going between the two. Ah, but you don't have to deal with customers, right? You just get to work in the kitchen. Like you're not doing register, right? You're just baking. It's overnight. So you're just like baking stuff for the next day with one other baker. Do you like them? Do you get along? I feel like that's honestly like if you get along, that's the dopest job. If you happen to be friends with them, is you guys just like baking all night and hanging out? At the busy one, we don't talk. Why? Because you're too busy? Or because they're weird? Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil. Thanks, Knife Clan. Dex, come back here, buddy. No, not you. Dexter. Hi, beautiful. Felix. The one I had last night at the small cafe, he was crazy nice, but I think he was trying to flirt. I mean, it's possible. Maybe they were just friendly, though. Not everyone is trying to flirt with you. Maybe they're just friendly. Was Turkey there? Yeah. Yeah, he was. The kitchen sink cookies are awesome, even though it's 1 billion calories. No, you don't look at the calories. Don't do it. Oh, Knife Clan, you're so nice. All right, come over here. You loser. Sit down. God. What am I going to do with you? This guy. Crazy. Okay. Half. 1. 1.5. Thank you, Knife Clan. Everybody says thank you. Okay, then we're also going to add a little bit of kosher salt. half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Oh man, I should have done the salt first so that my thing wouldn't be oily. I want to see his mangy look. Okay, give me 1 second. He made a point to let me know he was by, and then he cleaned my station for me, and at the end of the shift, he was like, I'm normally not so nice. And then I asked, why are you so nice today then? And then he said, I guess I'm just in a really good mood. I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe that sounds a little flirty, but I feel like if you just lay your boundaries and be like, hey, I think you're really cool, but I'm in a relationship and I'm not interested, but you're awesome, you know? I feel like you can nip it in the bud and, like, still be friends. Like, I don't know why it has to be awkward. You know? It doesn't have to be something that you're like, oh, I'm too scared to talk about it. You could just be like, hey, I see what you're trying to do. I'm not interested, but you're still really cool. And then, you know, you'll be fine, maybe. Because I feel like, especially if you're only working with one person, you got to get along with them. You don't want it to be weird, right? Okay, so let's do half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Or maybe he genuinely was just in a good mood. Again, not everyone's flirty. Some people are just friendly, you know? It's the truth. Some people are just kind of have that personality. Just set your boundaries, you know? Okay, so here we're going to put this in the food. We're going to turn on our food processor now and blend this until it's like a smooth paste. Blend until smooth, add the flour until the dough no longer sticks to the blades. So about 2 cups of all-purpose flour, but let's go ahead and start our spinach mixture here. I'm gonna blend it until, you know, the spinach is fully mixed in. I don't know, he's a Gemini. I have no idea what that means. And I'm an Aquarius, so that's like some primetime stuff. Get out of here, you're full of shit. No. I don't read too much into that kind of stuff. Sorry. I want the spinach to break down more. It's too, like, speckled. I'm worried that my pasta is going to be speckled. Your favorite leafy green is White Widow Indica? Ah, I was waiting for someone to make that joke. Okay. Yeah, sure. Hopefully it's not too leafy. That's gross. Yeah, you're a Gemini. I don't know what that means either. No, like a star sign. I know it's a star sign. I'm just saying, like, I don't put too much stock in that sort of thing of like, oh, we're this star sign, so therefore the tension is undeniable. It's like, no, I don't necessarily think that. I don't know. Hey, Sarab. I don't know. I know people are like really into horoscopes. Personally, I'm not super into them, but I feel like people put too much stock in them. Tobito Funk Daddy, how's it going? If you are LGBTQ, you legally have to be slightly into star signs. It's the law. Okay. Well, all right then. I just in general, I feel like a lot of women are really into horoscopes, like of all sexual orientations. I feel like men tend to not be so much into it. Like maybe gay men are, but I feel like straight men generally are not that into it. I don't know. I feel like a lot of women are into it regardless of like whether they're LGBTQ or not or whatever. Like I don't really know why. I wonder if there's been a study done on that. It'd be interesting. As a sociologist, I would love to read the research paper about that. Steampunk? Steampunk, are you into horoscopes? No, you're not. Are you actually? I don't believe it. I'm not a bitch. It's just I'm an asparagus. I can't help it. Are you quoting like a TikTok or something? What is going on? Yeah, you study it for the funsies. Yeah. A lot of gay men that I know also love it. Steampunk, you're into horoscopes? You're pulling my leg. I don't believe it. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and add some flour. So we're gonna add 2 cups of flour. Ooh, I forgot to seal it last time. That's not good. We gotta make sure we seal this flour to keep it fresh. DM me sometime. Noelle can hook you up with a gay man who wants your number. I'm a Leo. How's my cake flour? Should have some. I used it for some cupcakes, but I should still have a little bit here. Feels like at least half the box, maybe? Yes, I am a Leo. Oh, you are too? All right, maybe Noelle or anyone else in chat who's into horoscopes can tell me about Leos, but I'm born right on the cusp of Leo and Cancer, although I'm technically a Leo, I guess. What? Wait, everyone's a Leo? Oh my gosh, it's almost our birthday time, guys. Leo birthday season is coming up. Well, I tried to use it on purpose. I like went out of my way to find recipes that used it. But yeah, sure. I am a cusp baby. That's right, I am a cusp baby. What's up, Minnesota Toss? Hello, 4 Michelin star chef. Greetings. I don't know who the hell you're talking about, but it's good to see you, Taz. What's good? Taz, what's your star sign? My husband is a Virgo, I think. So, like, are we compatible? No, we don't think we're compatible? That's really awkward. You don't think we're compatible? Get an attorney now! Aw, you're so mean. Oh my god, he's a Virgo. You need to speak to an attorney right now. No, that's harsh. You guys are mean. Okay, here's 2 cups of flour. A Leo exudes warmth and creativity, is a little bit vain, has a really big personality, wants to stand out, and is interested in luxury. See, I feel like that's like basically the complete opposite of me. I feel like that doesn't capture me at all.
You love standing out in the lap of luxury. See, but maybe it's like a secret. Maybe it's like
Okay, Radio, hey, thank you so much for the sub. How are you doing today? I appreciate 3 whole months of support. You're amazing. What do you want me to draw for you today? Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you're having a great day so far. It's because I'm a cusp baby. Oh, that explains it. All right, let's have some pickled peppers to heat things up a little bit.
So what's your cusp again?
Cancer.
Okay, then what's Cancer?
Yeah, tell me about the Cancer traits then, and let's see if I'm any of those.
I love, dude.
Okay, see,
I'm. No, they'll say that they're a something sun, a something.
A rising
and,
something
no,
and
they'll
a.
say they're something sun, something moon, and a something star, and I'm like, what the fuck? You're 3 now?
People get really into it, yeah.
You're 3?
Okay, see, I'm a creative person, but I don't think I exude warmth. I think I'm actually a very cold person in real life because I'm very shy and I'm very withdrawn.
Ask Virgo.
I can be vain, but like, not really. I'm a little bit self-deprecating. I don't have a really big personality. I'm very reserved. I'm very quiet. I'm very introverted. I don't like to stand out, and I don't like luxury. So, I object. Can you draw a dancing banana? Absolutely. Absolutely, I can. Yeah, we're talking about zodiac signs, because I don't know anything about horoscopes. With a goatee, a dancing banana with a goatee, of course. Thank you so much, OK Radio. This one's for you. Cheers. I appreciate it. Da 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 da. Dancing banana with a goatee. It's our new TV show. Dancing banana with a goatee. Yeah, you probably think this song is about you. I know, Steam. I get it. I get the reference. You're a Virgo as well. I should have known Off Fresh was one too. Okay, tell us about the traits of Virgos, guys. This is fun.
Should have known I was one.
Should have known. I'm not into zodiac signs, but I keep on talking to girls who are only Leos for some reason. It's not working out. Well, then you know what, Radio? You and me are never going to work out. So don't even think about it. Okay, tell us about the traits of Cancer, because then I can tell you if I'm a cusp Leo Cancer, maybe that could explain why I don't act like a true Leo. Tell us about Virgo. My husband's a Virgo, whatever that is. Virtuous. Okay, here I'm adding some flour to our food processor. I'm gonna do like about half of it to start, and then I'll add and like let it kind of get a little bit shaggy, and then I'll add the rest of it. So we'll start with that. Leos are the best people ever. Yeah, we are. You're right. Virgo traits. Need to feel useful. Wait, hang on. Virgos need to feel useful. They have a quick fix for everything. They're judgmental but with good intentions. They have exceptional spatial awareness and have a million ideas per second. I could see that, sure. He says, I'm definitely a Virgo.
It's gonna be a long time for dinner, huh?
Yeah. No. Are you talking to me? I can't hear you. What?
Maybe I should get into the horoscope game.
You maybe should get into the horoscope game? Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that makes sense.
A girl I went on a date with the other week was a Leo and really into zodiac signs. I asked if Leos and Virgos were compatible and she just shrugged. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently they're not though. So I'm told. Apparently they're not. I almost want to bring neuroplasticity into the conversation and see how accurate zodiac will remain. Darkane, explain. What's neuroplasticity? Tell us about it in like layman's terms. I feel like I've heard this term before, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. So give us like a brief explanation. You can copy and paste it if you want. We like to learn. Pisces are somehow both 5 and 50 years old at once. They think everything is a sign. They can't remember if they dreamt it or if it actually happened. They're excessively romantic, prone to fantasy, and have no boundaries. That's 100% not me. But that makes sense because I'm not a Pisces, so that is super accurate. If the friendship or relationship wouldn't work because of the date you're born, I don't feel it's a genuine relationship. Some people legit feel that way, though. Some people legit will not pursue a friendship or a romantic partnership because they're like, well, I read in a book that you and me aren't going to be compatible, so I don't think I want to move forward with this. Can you imagine, like, all the opportunities you miss if you approach the world that way? I don't know, like... Neuroplasticity can be viewed as a general umbrella term that refers to the brain's ability to modify, change, and adapt both structure and function throughout life and in response to experience. Basically saying that you're not born with it, who you are and how you think will continue to grow and change for your entire life, basically, is what I understand from that, right? That you can't lock down your personality traits into one experience or one like defined thing because your brain is constantly reshaping and like adjusting to new experiences, right? Is my understanding kind of correct? But I'm a Leo, damn it. Part of your personality depends on how you're born, but experiences will also shape, and a brain accident can also shape your brain and drastically change your personality, yeah. No, but the stars determine how we react to those experiences. Duh! Dave, what's your sign? Hi, John. John, what's your sign? John, are you into horoscopes? Okay, our dough is starting to come together in one big ball. I'm gonna let it keep going just another minute longer. Awesome. Horrible scopes. You said it. Not really, but I am an Aries. Yes, Daddy is here. Oh, geez. Okay.
Jesus, hi John. Nice to see you too. I hope you mean turkey.
Are you talking to my husband? Your brain parts size 2. For example, someone who is scared by the tiniest thing has a bigger amygdala, which is the part of the brain that regulates fear. Yeah, that makes sense. Dave's a Pisces. Wait, we know all about Pisces. Guys, let me tell you about this guy, Dave. Dave is like, I would say both 5 years old and also 50 years old, like at the same time. He thinks that everything is a sign. He can't remember if he dreamt it or if it actually happened. He is excessively romantic and very prone to fantasy and has no boundaries. That's Dave for you in a nutshell. Oh, okay, good. He thought you were talking to him. He wasn't talking to you. You're fine. So here's our dough. It looks like matcha. It's very green. We're gonna take this out. It's quite sticky. Gosh, I really, really hope that this works with the roller. So we're gonna grab some plastic wrap and we're gonna shape this into a little like disc and then let it rest on the counter. Hey, how's it going, Chica? All egg yolks or whole egg? It's whole egg. Yeah, the color's pretty. I was a little worried when I started doing it. I was like, the spinach wasn't looking like it was breaking up enough, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna be like speckled, but it's a nice deep green. Okay, so the dough is definitely like kind of on the sticky side. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I can always like flour it more as we work, but it might be a little bit on the sticky side, so we'll see. Yeah, but it's not like unworkable. Like if I touch it, this is how my pasta dough usually feels. Like it doesn't stick to my hands, you know? So I think it's oops. I think it's okay. I'm gonna rest it and then we're gonna flour it more, you know? Oh, see, this part in here is sticky. This part didn't get enough flour. I'm just gonna probably dispose of this. Yeah, I'm probably just not gonna mix it in. Because some got stuck underneath the thing. I've always made my pasta with whole eggs, and I've never had a problem. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Dave. Okay. So this is my first time ever working with like any sort of dough that has like spinach or, you know, natural coloring or anything like that. So this is gonna be new. Don't know how it's gonna behave, but I've got it shaped. Develop the gluten sponge, the humidity absorbed with more flour. Yeah. I don't know if I fully understand your grammar, but I get you. We're gonna let this rest for a little bit. It looks and feels like any normal pasta dough, so I think it's fine. So yeah, some of the moisture got caught under the blade attachment and like didn't really incorporate with the flour properly, and so, but I think rather than try to hand mix it in, I'm just gonna get rid of it. So let's let this rest for probably at least half an hour. We can start working on the pasta sauce. What is somen? You want to try making squid ink pasta? Yeah, I've never done that before. You guys are dying. I'm so sorry. How many more days? And how's the kid? The kid's probably miserable, huh? Yeah. Yeah, over 100. Mm-hmm. Sometimes even over 110 in some places. Cold noodles, nice. Hey, Miss Judah. You have a family friend there. Well, cool. Hello, family friend. And you got subs for dinner. Woo! Sponsor me, Jimmy John's. Or was it Jersey Mike's? I can't remember. Can't remember which dude it was, but one of those dudes owes me big. She's good. Okay, good. She's. The kid's hanging out in the AC. That's good. Hey. Oh, they're sleeping. Oh, yeah, it is a little late, huh? Jersey Mike's. All right. That Mike dude owes me big.
Mr. Mike.
Mr. Mike.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jersey. I don't know. What do you think his first name is? Jersey or Mike? Probably Jersey.
His first name is Jersey and his last name is Mike, obviously.
Yeah, Mr. Mike.
Yeah. You were stuck downstairs working. They didn't even give you a break. That's so insane. They should make it like a snow day. Yeah, that's horrible. Your mom and dad are coming on Wednesday? My parents are coming next week. My parents will be coming through. So maybe I'll get to do a cooking stream for my parents. Maybe I can cook something for them. All right, I'm so sorry, guys. Hey, Frosted, what's up? He's coming over as a part of his road trip north. Oh, okay. Yeah, my parents are coming because my dad's actually riding his bike to San Diego, and then my mom's going to pick him up. So she's going to come down on the 6th, stay with me, drive down to San Diego on the 7th, pick up my dad, and come back. And then they're both going to stay at I think they're both going to stay at our house on the 7th, and then they'll go back. So I get my mom for 2 days and my dad for 1 day. The Amazon warehouse is not climate controlled, and they allegedly ran a power hour to push productivity for a couple hours in the afternoon. That's fucking sick, dude. That's disgusting. Power hour. Ugh. Hey, Crepuscular Bonfire, thank you so much. Hey, what's up, Chef Negan? Hey, where my kitty cats at? Where my kitty cats at? Felix. Baby boy. Yeah. No sign of Felix this whole time. I don't know where he is. Ice Cream Posse. Yo, what's up? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Power hour sounds like painful labor. Ugh, I know, it sounds horrible. Yo, Swiss, how's it going? I'm doing great, Megan. How are you? Dude, your taco looked so bomb the other day. Your like shrimp taco or what? I don't even know what it was. It looked so amazing. Guys, if you're not following Chef Megan, you absolutely should. She's incredible. And her food is so good. I wish I could try it. No sign of my boy Felix, though. I don't know where he is. Felix. Hey, buddy, don't you walk away from me. Here, come here. Come here, have a snacky. All right, I'm just going to give it to him. Because Dexter has stolen his throne. Is Felix stuck in the wardrobe? No, he's just wandering. I don't know. Holly has spent all day under your bed. Fancy seeing you here. Oh, yeah, aren't you and Ice Cream Posse like homies? I feel like I've seen you guys collab before, maybe. I could be wrong. Okay, guys, so we made our spinach pasta. So here it is resting. We're gonna wait and we're gonna roll it out. I'm slightly worried because it does feel a little bit on the sticky side, but you know, we're gonna use more flour as we roll it out, and I'm gonna rest it and like kind of let that gluten develop a little bit. So I'm tentatively hopeful. If it ends up being really sticky, I don't know, we'll figure it out. I heard spinach pasta. Yeah, I'm making spinach pasta. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a fettuccine. Can I scratch your back? Can I itch your back? Are you talking to Megan or me? I guess. Sticky is better than dry. Yeah, because I'm going to add more flour as I roll it out. Well, I mean, you know, you make pasta a lot. Like, I've seen you make pasta, like, a bunch. And so I think, but this is my first time ever doing, like, this is my first time ever deviating from my normal pasta recipe, period. So, I don't know. We're taking a risk, but I think it's gonna be good. I mean, I guess. Yeah, guys, our question of the day is your favorite leafy green. Beet greens. Beet greens are really good. I had them for the first time somewhat recently, and they really blew me away. I thought they were going to be very bitter. They weren't. They had really good flavor. They were like almost sweet. They were so good. So beet greens are for sure awesome. You watch Negan sometimes? Hell yeah, as you should. Yeah. Stop talking to me, Ice. Frosted Flakes. I already know Frosted Flakes loves raw spinach straight out the bag. I like spinach. I like collard greens. I love collard greens. I love kale. I feel like everyone hates on kale, but I actually do genuinely like it. Blondie, thank you so much for the tier 1 gift sub to Chef Negan. I appreciate that. Oh shit, we never had our pickled peppers. We drew our dancing banana, but we didn't eat our pickled peppers from our last spin. Thank you so much, Blondie. That's really kind of you. What would you like me to draw? For gifting that sub, I will draw you a little drawing. Your choice. Felix, where are you? Come here, buddy. Felix, come here. Guys, we have a really special guest. Here he is. Yeah! There he is, right on cue. The man, the myth, the legend. The Felix. Woo! That's my cat, Felix. He's my boy. Hey, Hoju. I was told here to come here for the finest sausage in all of Twitch. Yes. Yeah, Swiss chard is good. I'm not super a big fan of it, Rumple, but I feel like that's because my dad always cooked it really weird growing up, and I have yet to experiment with cooking it myself. My dad always used to like saute it with like balsamic vinegar, and I was never into it. Blondie, thank you also for gifting a tier 1 sub to Ice Cream Posse. Let me know what you want me to draw for you for our sub art. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. That's very generous of you. Guys, we have a super special guest in the house. It's Felix! Again! Woo! She is a good cook, yes. She is. She has a lot more practice than I do. Megan, did you go to culinary school? Whew. Whew, whew, whew. Hot, hot, hot. Chef Megan, thank you so much for paying it forward and turning it around and gifting a sub to Blondie. Right back at you. Thank you so much, guys. You have to tell me if you want me to draw you a piece of sub art. We do a little drawing as a way to say thank you for people. You know, it can be anything you want. We got all sorts of random drawings. You let me know if you guys want one. If you don't, then that's okay too. Woo, spicy. Thank you so much, Megan. Chubby Bunny! Okay, and then I swear we're gonna get started with cooking our pasta sauce, I promise. Oh shit, Hoju, that's scary. Are you doing okay? I've been working around the world for 12 years, but did you actually go to like a formal school for it? I can draw you an onion. All right, one chubby bunny. Two chubby bunnies. Three chubby bunnies. You went to Cordon Bleu, Le Cordon Bleu in Hollywood. Nice. We need to get you some mini marshmallows. No, those are a choking hazard. You get the big ones so you don't accidentally swallow them. Went to the look it up on the internet school. Yeah, that's me. I'm a student at the Google Culinary University. All right, guys. We're going to be making a fresh tomato sauce because my husband got these amazing tomatoes from the farmer's market. Look at these. Yeah, they're so pretty. I already did. He got a really good deal because our regular place, he had like $5 and he was just trying to buy something and they just kept giving him more and more. So we got these gorgeous tomatoes that they basically just gave to him for free. Megan! Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I know, he got a good deal. It's so exciting when your husband like gets a good deal on something. He was so excited too. LMGTFY alum, what up? Oh, let me Google that for you. Yeah. Yeah, that's my school. No, really, I'm the Culinary Institute of Google graduate. I just Google it. Okay, but I'm making this recipe from Cookie and Kate, which is a food blog that I feel like I talk about a bit, but I like her stuff. She does vegetarian and sometimes vegan, but mainly vegetarian foods. And I've made like a bunch of stuff from her blog, and I've enjoyed it. So she has this like kind of chunky summertime spaghetti with fresh tomatoes. Because I was specifically, you know, a lot of tomatoes, if you get a tomato from the grocery store, right, it's not that good. It's not that tasty. It's usually like kind of bland and like slimy and gross. And so it's actually not ideal if you're going to make pasta sauce or tomato sauce to make it with fresh tomatoes, right? Because it probably won't be that good. So usually recipes will call for canned tomatoes. So I was specifically looking for a fresh tomato recipe. And then I ended up on this one, which is like a very chunky tomato basil sauce. I'm planning on throwing in some peppers and some like diced mushrooms, and then we're going to fry our sausages and cut up our Italian sausage and mix that in there too. So it's going to be, oh, and maybe some shallots. So shallots, peppers, mushrooms, fresh tomato sauce, a little bit of basil, and some Italian sausage on spinach pasta. I think it's going to be good. I think. Am I going to peel them first? No, I don't think so. That wasn't the plan anyway. Let me see. Nah, I don't think so. I like the tomato skins. I feel like they've got good flavor. So is that a technique or is that a dish? Concasse? Concasse? That means like peeled tomatoes. Oh, Felix getting comfy. Oh, he's going. Are you gonna lick your butthole? You gonna lick the butthole? He's thinking about it. He's contemplating it. It means peeled tomatoes. Oh shit, guys, if I didn't tell you already, we hit 2,500 followers. Woo! We did it. I have to change that because we're gonna be making xiaolong bao. We're gonna be making the freaking soup dumplings. We're doing it. We did it. So now we have to think of the next milestone. But how freaking exciting is that? That means we got to do that soon. So we just have to think of our next goal, which is going to be 3,000. Thank you. Hang on, let me write it down so I don't forget. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do that, but we're gonna do that at some point, sometime in the near future, because I promised it. The next milestone is my husband cooks. Hey, you have to run it by him. I would love that. I think that would be a ton of fun, and I would absolutely love that. But you have to run that by him. I can't make him. For 3,000, we just make one giant soup dumpling. It's like a whole bowl of soup in one dumpling. You score the bottoms, toss them in boiling water for a minute, and then ice water, and the skins will separate. Is it just a texture thing? Because I feel like the skins do have nice flavor, you know? Especially on these like really good fresh tomatoes. XLB, Shaolick Bumhole, hey! 3K bitter melon.
Frosted.
I've already done it. Thank you so much, Negan. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you for being here.
Hello, Chef Negan.
He
Nice
says
to
hi.
see you.
Yeah, we got to think of a good goal. See, Hoju was trying to trip me up and was like, 3,000 is cronuts. And I was like, no, 5,000 is cronuts. It will make a similar sauce to that of canned, but like a little bit fresher. So it's just kind of like if you want the structural integrity of the skin.
Camera's so low.
I can raise it a little bit. I have it lower so that when the animals come through, they can see them. All right, thank you so much, Chef Negan, for the gift sub. Here's our onion dude for Blondie. Is an onion dude. Yeah. The price used to be 10 gifted subs for a bitter melon. The inflation. The skins roll up in the sauce and can make the mouth feel not as smooth. He has bragged about cooking meat in the past. He's done it on stream before. I feel like you've seen him do it. I literally showed off my success.
You guys.
Oh yeah, some barbecue with some pickled onions. Dude, I wish. You know what? To be honest, I'm just lazy and I don't feel like peeling these tomatoes. So that's the real reason that I'm not gonna do it. I totally 100% believe you that it'll make like a smoother sauce, but just the idea of like blanching them and peeling them sounds like such a pain in the ass. You really think I should? Do you guys think I should? Oh God, I don't know. I kind of just want to cook it. The recipe doesn't call for them to be peeled, because it's more of like a chunky, tomato sauce. Jay Fry, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub. Thank you so much for 19 months. Tier 3? What? Whoop whoop. Thank you. I appreciate that. What do you want me to draw for you? And how are you doing today? Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a good Monday. All right, we'll do some squats. Let's go. Okay, you let me know. The Zonana emote should be tier 3. I need to redo my emotes a little bit. I need to like reorganize and do that. I also heard that they're coming out with follower emotes, which I think you unlock at certain follow goals, which I'm not sure. I heard something about that. I don't know if it's true. But I heard it was like a new thing coming out. You bathed a couple of babies. I hope the babies weren't too hot. You guys keep it cool for them, right? Felix is in his full pose. Oh yeah, he's got the leg off. He's got the leg. The leg is off. It's been a while since my thighs were completely saturated without actually doing anything. Gross. Super gross, but okay. I don't want to hear about your saturated thighs. Ugh. Yeah. Baby bathing. I'm sure it's super cute. They're all preemies though, right? Mainly? Or not necessarily, I guess. I guess not necessarily.
Do you have a long letter?
I don't know. No. The tomatoes are looking all cute. I know. So cute. Such cute tomatoes. Shoot, where's my knife? Did I not wash my knife? Oh, crap, I didn't. Okay, it's okay, I washed it right now. It's 100 degrees right now at night. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. All right, I'm washing my chef's knife. I was thinking about using a paring knife, but nah, I want the regular knife. You're feeling like burnt wood. Oh no. They're pooping up a storm. Gross. I know, Steam. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're staying cool. It is crazy. I'm so worried about people. Like, I don't know if people are, you know, being hospitalized or if people are dying, but I was bracing myself to hear that kind of, you know, those kinds of reports. Some Vegas vibes. So I just took the tops off of the tomatoes. We're gonna go ahead and like kind of coarsely chop them, and then it says you can set some aside and grate them, which I may try. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's maybe pick like some of the firmer ones and set them aside, because some of them are kind of squishy. So like maybe pick some of the firmer tomatoes, set them aside, and we'll grate them on a box grater. Something like that. Okay. So we're gonna toss this with olive oil, lemon juice, salt, sugar, black pepper, fresh basil. We'll do the basil at the very end. And we're gonna like, when we're ready to cook the pasta, we're gonna like throw this on the stove. So it's not gonna be like a ultra cooked sauce. It's gonna be like a very fresh tomato sauce. And we're gonna cook it at the very end, like, and then put the cooked pasta directly into it. So we'll just get this all ready. We may have broken both the biggest single day snowfall, all-time highest temp, and all-time lowest temp in the same 6-month period. That is just crazy. I'm just so worried that people are like, you know, gonna get heat stroke and stuff. It's so scary. Yeah, it's crazy. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated. Alright, so we're just gonna coarsely chop these tomatoes, like I said. I'm gonna cut up my mushrooms, onions, peppers, get my basil ready, and then we're gonna get ready to roll out our pasta. According to the Google Warriors, luckily it has nothing to do with global warming. Yeah, educate yourselves. Do some research. Open your eyes, sheeple. I'm just kidding. Climate change is real. Yeah, they just don't have the numbers yet, but like for sure there have already been and will be more lives lost because of this heat. I'm sure of it. It's awful. If you ever get a pet, make sure you have AC. Yeah. A bunny cafe. Oh my god, don't get a bunny. I mean, go to the bunny cafe, please, and take so many pictures. Please, please, please. Please go. Please take pictures. I want to see them so bad. But don't get a bunny. They're so high maintenance. I've never been to like a cat cafe or a dog cafe or anything before. It sounds awesome. Yeah, just go to a cafe and get your bunny fix. Yeah, don't get a bunny. There's so much work. Feed them all the lettuce. Oh my god, if you go, promise you'll take pictures and videos for us. Practical Escapist! Speaking of bunnies. Welcome, Raiders! Hello, Practical Escapist! Hello, Atomic Pirate Girl! Agent B13 in the house. What's up, Mr. Nays? How's it going, guys? Welcome in. How is hand pie heaven? Were we making hand pies today? I love hand pies. Welcome, Raiders. How are you guys doing today? Folks, welcome to my stream. My name is Zoe. It's so nice to have you here. Hi. Guys, please go give the Practical Escapist a follow. Katie is super rad, and I like her a lot. She's a friend of mine. Brup. Brup, brup, brup. Thank you so much for the follow. Guys, if you want to help us out, click that link to refresh and give us a unique view. It would be much appreciated. But yeah, it's really great to have you guys here. My name is Zoe, or Zobo. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making fresh pasta. We are making a spinach fettuccine. So I have my dough right here looking nice and beautifully green. And we're just prepping some sauce right now. So yeah, you guys will often find me cooking. I do IRL content as well, even play some games sometimes, even do some art. But I would say like mainly IRL and cooking content. So I hope you guys had an excellent weekend and an excellent Monday. Someone let me know what was going on in stream today. Was it actually hand pie heaven? I do love hand pies. Yeah, right now I'm making a chunky tomato sauce with some fresh tomatoes from the farmer's market. These are like good tomatoes. Actually, I should try one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good tomato. I love it when tomatoes actually have flavor. It's amazing. And sometimes there's a cat on a stool. It's like a cat cafe, but it's a stream. And you also don't get to eat anything. It's not like a cat cafe at all. We were just talking about bunny cafes, which is why I grabbed the bunny ears. Folks, if you are just joining us, our question of the day is, what is your favorite leafy green? So feel free to tell us your favorite leafy green vegetable. Yeah, like an actually good tomato that has real flavor in like a sandwich. Yeah, heavenly. I always thought I didn't like tomatoes, you know? And I think a lot of people think they don't like tomatoes, but withhold your judgment, I ask you, until you're able to have a real tomato. Like a real, fresh, vine-ripened tomato. And if you're able to try it and you still don't like it, then that's fair. But withhold your judgment until you can get your hands on something like this, because these actually taste good, I think. They're different. Would he wear a hat? Who? Felix? He wouldn't wear it and like walk around with it, but if I held one on his head, he'd probably tolerate it for like 3 seconds. Oh, hey girl. Arugula, good choice. Arugula's getting a lot of love tonight. Spinach has also been getting a lot of love tonight. Oh my god, like a BLT with the actual good tomato. Life-changing. I always forget how good BLTs are. I write them off because I'm like, they're so basic. But like a BLT is actually really, really good. Yeah. It's one of those things that I forget how much I like it. Kind of like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I forget how much I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I'll go for like a whole year without eating one. And then I had one last week and it was the first time I'd had one in months. And so I was just like, because a friend was over and was hungry and I was like, well, I don't really have a lot of food, but I was like, I can make you a PB&J. And they were like, yeah, sure. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have one too. And it was delicious. I forgot how good they are. Yeah, on like good quality fresh bread that maybe is like even a little bit toasted. Yeah. Yes. And like a good quality bacon too. If we're getting full, if we're going like full quality, like a nice bacon. Oh man. An heirloom tomato? I like heirloom tomatoes, yeah. Which direction do I twitch it? Anything other than kale. It's okay, I'll eat your kale. You can give me your kale. No one has been giving kale any love tonight except for me, and that's okay. I don't think a single person has said they like kale. I like kale. And I'm not ashamed. Kale is really good in soups because it's such a sturdy green that it holds up really well to cooking. So if you put it in like a, in like a soup or a stew or something like that, it holds up really nicely and it doesn't get soggy. It just gets tender. Yeah. Like a little bit of chopped kale in a lentil soup. Oh my gosh. So good. Oh, I kind of want to make some lentil soup. It is totally not the weather for it, but it sounds so delicious. Kale is really expensive where you are? Oh, dang, really? Have a good dinner, Dave. Enjoy your lurk. Oh, bok choy. I do love bok choy. Oh, I forgot about bok choy. I used to not like it growing up because I always thought it was so bland. But when you actually have like a good one, it's pretty tasty. Okay, supposedly I'm supposed to grate some of these on a box grater. I'm gonna try it. I don't know how well it's gonna work. Oh, thank you. It's really comfortable. It has a little bit of stretch to it, so I like it a lot. Has some stretchies. You got over your hype resistance. I wish I had like homegrown fresh kale. That sounds awesome. I really do think that someday, like it's gonna happen. Someday I'm gonna be able to afford a house with a yard and I'm gonna have a garden. Like I just know it's gonna happen someday. Not yet. We're not there quite yet. But maybe in a few years we're gonna do it. And I'm finally gonna have a garden. Yeah, and you can definitely like fancy it up a little bit for sure. All right, so here's our chopped tomatoes. Oops, now I'm gonna take a box grater here, and I picked like kind of our firmer ones, so hopefully this helps. And we're gonna do it on these like large holes. So we're gonna try to, no, it doesn't even wanna cut. It's probably just gonna make a huge mess. I don't know why these have to be graded. I'm not really here to ask questions, but Why am I grating these? This is so stupid. I changed my mind. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna like cut my finger off. I think my box grater is just like too dull. I don't trust it. I don't want to do it. I'll just mush these up like really small. A whole garden of aphids for Felix to eat. Oh my god, yeah, he would go nuts. If I had a garden, Felix would go absolutely bonkers and he would try to eat everything. She posted another update. I heard her car, something was wrong with her car. Like Hunk's having a hard time, Hunk's overheating, car's hot, or sorry, car broke. Oh no. At least Hunk was okay. God, what an awful day. Poor thing. All right, I'm gonna chop up these tomatoes and then I'm just gonna like mush them down. You felt a crunch under your slipper. You thought it was a chip and it turned out to be an insect. Oh no. Gross. Yeah, I was gonna grate the tomatoes, but I don't trust my box grater to leave my fingers intact. So I think I'm just gonna like chop these and then just like kind of get really like, you know, mush them up a whole bunch. So these ones we rough chopped. These ones we'll like dice a little bit smaller and like kind of mush them up along the way, I guess. That's so gross. Ugh. Oh, I like my mandolin slicer, but that I can take the blade out and sharpen. The blade removes and I can sharpen it just like a knife. My box grater, I can't really sharpen it. I mean, maybe there's a way to, but I think you just buy a new one, you know, and mine's pretty old. I like having fingers and skin. Both of those things are pretty nice. I do use a mandolin occasionally, but I use a cutting glove with it just for extra security, in case I slipped up. And I've never hurt myself on it. You just have to be careful, pay attention, and like make sure that it's kept sharp. That's the thing, is if it's kept sharp, the blade will catch the food and you will be fine. If it's dull, that's when you slip and that's when you hurt yourself. Justin Blue, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, fingers are overrated. Yeah, we got to start thinking of a good goal for 3,000, guys. We got to think big and plan ahead. We already have cronuts set for 5,000, so I know we're only halfway there, so... Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, Felix in a chair. 13 months. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Share it with us. Yeah, so we got to think of a cool incentive for 3,000, guys. I'm open to suggestions. Doesn't mean I'll take it automatically, but I'm open to it if you guys have one that you think is good. Have I done Wellington? No, I haven't. That could be a good one. I feel like people have wanted to do it as a meal redemption before and just haven't. I could foil their plans and just do it myself, yeah. The thing is about beef Wellington is it doesn't really sound like a food that I would really even want. It sounds way too heavy and is like not something that I'm even interested in eating. So I would want to somehow like make a smaller version of it, or like make like a I've heard of doing salmon Wellington instead of beef or something like that. Like I would want to do something different. Yeah, it's like a fan favorite for goals, because it's supposed to be so difficult or whatever. And like I'm sure it is difficult. It's just like I don't know. Take my paw and we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, Felix in a chair. His ears like kind of perked up. He was like, huh, what? More pulled noodles? No, never again. I'm never making hand-pulled noodles again. That was so hard. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can pull it off. Yeah, I don't know why beef Wellington got a reputation for being super hard. I think the tricky part is that it's hard to make it not soggy, so I've heard. But like making something taste decent and like doing it, I feel like it doesn't sound that difficult. Do you know why 7, 8, 9? It was told to eat 3 squared meals a day. 4K Return of the Pulled Noodle? I don't want to. It was too hard. All right, so I'm just kind of like pulverizing our tomato a little bit. Biang noodles. What's that? Guys, the hand-pulled noodles were so hard and so frustrating. Timpano? Timpano? I don't know how to pronounce it. I think I know what that is. That's a lot of food, though. I still, like, I want to make something that's not going to go to waste. That is really important to me. So I need to be able to make a small version of it, you know? Which is kind of not the point, you know? The whole point of that thing is that it's huge. But you guys have to remember, I'm only feeding 2 people. And so I can't go crazy with, like, spending a lot of money on something big like that, because the food's going to go to waste. So it's another style of pulled noodles, but it seems easier. I don't know, man. I got my heart broken by those pulled noodles. Like a mini one? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, he does love the meat, but he doesn't really like leftovers. He's usually willing to eat leftovers like once, maybe twice, and then that's it. Deep dish pizza? Possibly. Okay, maybe. Deep dish pizza. I'm personally not a huge fan of deep dish as far as pizza. I can't think of it as a pizza. It's simply not pizza. It's like a casserole. I don't know. I love leftovers too, but I definitely understand the feeling of like getting kind of tired of them and being like, all right, we're eating this again for the 3rd day in a row. Like Korean fried chicken. Maybe. You can eat them like 3 times max. I can probably go like 3 or 4 leftover meals and then I'm tapped out too. Yeah, that does sound crazy. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Come to Vancouver, it's near the airport. Okay, I'm on my way. I'm packing my bags. Okay, some lemon juice. I'm gonna put in, ooh, a little cube of lemon juice. Churro chorizo? No. Together? Gross. Really? Nori tacos. Oh, we did talk about that. I forget. How did they hold their shape? Like, how did they do it? Wait, churro chorizo? That's weird. Hang on a minute. That's strange. All right, some salt. A little bit of sugar, but not a lot. It's basically just fair food. They look like tempura seaweed tacos. Maybe. I know we did talk about that and they did sound really good. Okay, so my lemon juice is still right here in brick form, like in a little ice cube. So I'm gonna try to break it up. Break it up, break it up. Whoa, 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 hey, break it up. Okay, we're gonna let that ice cube of lemon juice melt a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato paste because I have it and it's good. I'm gonna shoot a TikTok clip when we get to the pasta rolling. I think. Thank you for the information. Thanks. Thanks. Do you want to tell chat? He says he's extremely gassy. He just wants to make sure you guys know. So now you know.
Without that knowledge, how were they going to fight off the plague?
He's a real gas. All right, we're gonna do
you have any more?
Some fresh garlic.
Do you have any more?
More what?
Recyclables.
Not at the moment. Oh shit, I need you to put the clothes in the dryer. Please. Oh, okay. I guess our friend is coming over. I wasn't sure if they actually were, but they are. But it's okay. I'm still gonna stream. Still gonna make dinner. Does that mean 3 farts instead of his usual 2? Exactly.
No, still only 2.
Still only 2. They're just really big.
They're just really big.
So instead of it's a.
They go for like 30 seconds apiece.
Ew, knife clan. That's gross. Knife Clan says after about the first 3 days in jail, everyone's farts smell the same. Yeah.
You hear my funny joke?
No.
I said we must be back in time because I'm Farty McFly.
Farty McFly. Back to the farture.
Back to the fart zone.
You told Dad all about the sausage making and got lots of stories back. Nice. Oh, thank you so much for sharing my triumphs. I appreciate you sharing the story. I really genuinely had a lot of fun with it. And I'm looking forward to making the next batch of sausage. I liked it so much. It was really fun. Back to the flatulence. I thought Back to the Farture was perfect. Different movie.
Where's that from?
That's Jurassic Park.
I was like, yeah, it's Jurassic Park. And it's like literally one of my favorite movies. I don't even know the thing. No, it's... That one.
I don't know the Back to the Future song.
They just did it.
I didn't recognize it. Nice. He got the right composer at least, yeah. He's singing it right now. Oh, it turned out that was one of like the best simple meals I've made in such a long time. The pork and the slaw, like that's like something I would make and bring to a potluck. You know, it's something that if I knew that I was gonna be serving a crowd, like I would make that with confidence. You know what I mean? Hoju says that it's still Jurassic Park, that you're still singing Jurassic Park. Nope, John Williams did not do Back to the Future. See, I don't know. Okay, we got some garlic.
Back to the Future theme song. Acting like I don't know theme song to one of my favorite movies. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, you could put the pork and the slaw in it. No, give me like a big fat thing of rice and some mac salad. Oh man, because I did the Kahlua pork. Oh gosh, it was so good. That was a good meal. Okay, so here's our sauce. It's totally raw right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add it into the pan when we're ready to go. Oh, I'm also gonna prep my veggies too, just so that they're ready to go. I've got a little bit of mushrooms, a little bit of shallot, and I'm gonna do a little bit of, is Steampunk still here? Peppers! Let me just prep those. Also, we gotta fry up our sausage. Why did I open the freezer? I'm going in here. Okay, since our tomato sauce is already red, we don't really need more red, but I'm thinking we could do yellow and orange for some color variants. That one is icky. This one's a little icky too. Venom Streams, what's up? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, do some yellow and orange to go along with the red of the sauce. Yeah, I love it. Now, I wish I could grill this sausage because that would be awesome. I wish I could like grill it over a thing, but I'm gonna do it in the cast iron. So let's start heating up that pan. Let's cut these guys up, set them aside, get ready to roll out our pasta. Cassava leaves. What's that? It's a leafy vegetable. So I'm just like thinly slicing halves, like so. You're gonna make pasta salad with the tricolor twists and all the veggies, peppers, tomato, cucumber, feta, black olives, Italian dressing. Oh, nice. Oh, that's so smart, just using like salad dressing. That's so clever. I like pasta salad. I don't usually make that, but maybe I should do that one of these days. That sounds good. Oh, I read that wrong. When you said 90 plus days, I assume you mean temperature. But when I read that, I thought you meant it lasts for 90 days. And I was like, are you sure? That seems like a really long time to keep pasta salad. I get you.
Make the strawberries.
Yeah, I will. It's just hard because I'm cooking. All right, so I have some peppers. These are mild. These are like really sweet peppers. Dough.
Why is it good?
Spinach.
Mm-hmm. So much you didn't do it?
I like pureed the spinach.
And then so much you didn't move now?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
No, I know what she means. But at first I misread and I was like, that's a really old pasta salad. How does that work?
Can you throw this stuff away or no?
I'm busy right now, but yeah, I guess I can if I need to have somewhere to put the extra stuff though. Like the extra cords and the extra light things, and so I kind of was gonna save it so I would have it in one place.
Extra stuff out of the box then?
Fine, sure, whatever. Yeah, like hot weather when you don't want to cook. I totally get you. It was a funny misinterpretation. I understood as soon as it took me a second, but it was just a funny misreading. Yeah, he's watching Futurama.
No, it's Jurassic Park.
He's been rewatching Futurama today. All right, so we got some peppers. Dave, what's for dinner? "90-day egg salad with century eggs." Have you guys ever heard of a show called 90 Day Fiancé? I've never watched it, but it's a reality show, I think, where people have like 90 days to like marry someone who's here on like a special visa or something. I don't even know. Don't ask me. But what if we made a show instead called 90 Day Pasta Salad? And it was okay. I'm just brainstorming here. It was just like a bowl of pasta salad like sitting out for 90 days, and the show is just watching what happens, talking about like the different stages. It's a guilty pleasure. You've watched a small amount of that show. It's a train wreck. Oh, I bet. Do you guys watch reality TV? It's okay. I truly don't judge. Like, it's okay if you guys do. I personally don't really watch reality TV, but I have before. So I'm just curious, like, if you do you like it? Do you hate watch it? Do you watch it to make fun of it? Like, it's an odd take on arranged marriage. Yeah. Your mom watches it. Yeah. But then it's like, even if you don't want to watch it, it's like still somewhat interesting. Like, let's say your mom has it on in the room and you're trying to ignore it, but you're just like, oh, she did what? Oh my God, did she seriously just say that to him? Like, you know, like you don't want to enjoy it, but you end up kind of enjoying it. You made kimchi seafood soup. Ooh, nice. Oh, I like documentaries too. I like to learn stuff. My guilty pleasure is the UK version of Big Brother. Nice. I used to love Real World and Road Rules a decade ago. I don't really watch reality TV, no. I used to watch America's Next Top Model, but that's kind of like a competition show, but it has reality show elements because they follow them and they live together. Same thing, like I used to watch Face Off, which is an amazing show. It's like about special effects makeup artists. I actually love Face Off, but it's like a little bit of reality show because there's some interpersonal drama, but for the most part, it's a competition show. I watched a little bit of Bridezillas, which was awful.
That was a weird phase.
It was a weird phase. I watched like 5 seasons of it and then was like, okay, no more. I'm never doing that again. But I was like really into it for a while. It was just so fascinating. And then it like ran out on Hulu and I was just like, okay, I'm not going to seek that out anymore.
It was not 5 seasons, it was just 1 season.
Okay, he says it was 1 season. It's the TV version of rubbernecking a car crash, yeah. A lesson in not changing history from Mr. I'm My Own Grandpa. Wait, what? 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 I don't know what that is. I don't like the sound of that. Project Runway. Isn't Twitch reality TV? I guess, yeah, kind of. No, this is so scripted.
Yeah, she's getting cue cards on the side here.
Oh, Dave, I mean the TV show, but sure. Oh, we're talking about Futurama. Oh, okay. Got it. Face Off was a sci-fi show, or like not science fiction, but on the Sci-Fi Channel that was all about special effects makeup, and it was actually a dope show. I really, really liked it. I just ran out of seasons, like on Hulu or wherever I was watching. I think it's still running. I don't have any new seasons, but it was so good. Yeah, Felix kicked him out. Yeah, it's a movie, I know. Hey, Frosty, how are you doing? Are you hanging in there? I heard you guys had kind of a rough day. I heard Jael had a really rough day. I hope she's doing okay. It's hot, yeah. I've heard. Oof. Yeah, when I ran out, it was like waking up from a brainwashed cult. I was like, oh my God, I'm free. I don't have to watch that anymore. Where am I? What's going on? How many days have passed? No, I mean, what I noticed actually from watching it is I noticed that watching it made me a meaner person. I'm not even joking. Watching all these mean people, like mean brides, mean parents, mean bridesmaids, just bridezillas. Just watching all these mean people, you know? And it was fun because I was kind of doing research for my own wedding, and I was into the wedding planning stuff, and so I was into it for that reason. And that was fun, but I noticed that when I watched it, it made me a meaner person after I turned it off. Your birthday meal starter was Jersey Mike's. Wait, is it your birthday? Is today your birthday? And breakfast is going to be cake, strawberries, and ice cream. Miss Cheetah, it's your birthday. Guys, let's all wish Miss Cheetah a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Cheetah. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have an awesome day.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Cheetah.
Oh, Noelle. So mean. No, I was just like being more irritable, you know? Yeah, your 29th birthday. Woo! 29th birthday. Almost 30. Big 3-0. Miss Cheetah is almost 30. A similar thing that happens in Twitch channels that allow a lot of fake mean-spiritedness in a streamer who puts on a persona. Yeah, totally. She just said it's her 29th birthday. I saw it. I'm kidding, I know. That's what we're gonna go, that's the story that we're gonna stick with though, okay? Hoju, thank you so much for the 27 biddies for Miss Cheetah's 27th birthday. That's so kind of you. I don't know why you're giving me a present. That's not how this works, but thanks. I'll take it. My mom was 29 and holding forever if I asked her age. Yeah, my mother-in-law is 28 forever, according to her. All right, so I got some shallots here. I'm just gonna pop these rings out, and then we're getting ready to roll the pasta. My mom would buy my brother a gift on my birthday. What the heck? Rude. My birthday is July 23rd. So we got like a little less than a month. Oh, that's a good power move. Start lying that you're actually older so people will think that you look really good for your age. When people ask you, people ask me my age, I'll be like, "Oh, I'm 46." And they're going to be like, "Oh, what? Really? No way. I don't believe it." And I'll be like, "Oh, stop." Hoju, I still need to draw your card. I know what you requested. I haven't figured out how to execute it. Don't know, so people called you Benjamin Button. Why are you ancient? You think your facial expression would give away that you were lying? I'm 58. Like, really? You look like you're 28. No, I'm 58. I have a great skincare routine. Okay, guys. Let's fry some sausages. I'm gonna do a little bit of olive oil. Let's do 2 sausages. So I froze a bunch of these, and these are the ones that I have left over from the refrigerator right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut through the casing. We'll do 2. We'll save 1. These are the Italian sausage links we made homemade on stream last week. Freshly ground pork. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are. They are. So I looked old, 25 plus, would ask to see ID since I was 17. Now people say I look younger than my age. That's kind of weird. All right, so yeah, here are my sausage links. I'm just kind of squeezing them into shape just to make sure they're not super lumpy or anything. Whoop. We're going to go ahead and lay those down. Yeah, I ate some already. I actually brought some to work to share with my coworkers, and they put it on the grill for me. They overcooked it a little bit, so I was kind of irritated because I was like, I swear it's a good sausage. They just overcooked it. It's not my fault. It's nice to be ID'd when you're older. It's a nice feeling. I sometimes get put in an awkward situation at work because, you know, I have to card people if they look too young. It's just my job. Like, I have to cover my butt. It is the law. But sometimes things get really awkward. Like, what if you have a mother and daughter or something, and the mother doesn't look the same age, you know, or yeah, and so just to be nice, I'll just be like, can I see both your IDs? And the mom will be like, oh, stop. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. I have to check, you know? And they'll be like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, I know you're not, like, underage. I just don't want to be awkward about it. Or, like, what if you have, like, 2 friends? Not even, like, a mom and daughter, because that's, like, you know. But what if it's, like, 2 friends and one friend is older? It's so awkward. My heart, like, starts racing because I'm like, oh, my God, what am I going to do? Am I going to card her? Or should I not card the younger-looking one so as not to make anyone uncomfortable? But then I'm like, but what if I get in trouble for not carding the younger-looking one? Okay, I better just card both of them. I don't know. It's so stressful.
Turkey, stop.
He doesn't do that with me. You need to just take control. You need to just tell him what's up. And if you can't, then crate him while you vacuum. You have good genes? Nice. I have work in 50 minutes. I'm so tired. Aw, poor thing. I'm sorry. Hopefully the shift goes by smoothly. Hi, Bitter Dan. How are you? It's a weird dynamic since parents can give their kids alcohol at home. Well, I'm talking about like a grown child, you know, like a kid in their late 20s or something. But I still have to card them because if they look young-ish, I have to just do it. And then a mom who's like 40s or something, you know, I'm just like, can I see some ID, guys? You know, and then yeah, the mom's always like, oh, you know, and I'm like, yeah, sure.
My mom says that I'm the same age. She's the same age as me now from now on.
He's doing chores because we have a friend coming over in a minute. That's why. You must live in a posh zone. Hey, Gray Matter. Yeah, my area's like slightly posh. Oh God, I forgot to. I don't want my sausages to split. Oh, there we go. My sausages. Romaine. I love romaine lettuce. Cooked spinach. Okay. Speaking of spinach, check out this dough, guys. Do you ever put water and oil in the pan when you make sausages? I don't. Should I splash some water in there? I can. That's what I do when I make fried dumplings. I put water in. Well, it already has oil. I can do more oil. I already did oil it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay. Any questions? Oh my gosh, yeah. Quote 15. Oh, that's so weird that you could say spinach fetish, but for some reason, Bitter Dan wasn't able to say the exact same phrase. That's really strange. Some prejudice here. I know, I was going to say quote 15. Can I remind you of quote 15? It's racism. A spinach fetish? Oh no. I'm not here to kink shame, but I'm also not here to talk about it on my stream. If you are really that into spinach, that's fine. Let's just not talk about it right now. All right, so while those cook, I'm gonna actually come over here and get ready to roll our dough. Can you guys see that, sort of? Okay, perfect. Actually, let's do that. There, you guys can get a decent view. Oil and vinegar on your spinach. That is a pretty gross emote. Okay. All right, let's roll out some pasta, guys. First things first, let's get some flour up in here. Oh, second thing second, let's get this pot washed out, get some water boiling. I have this problem where I cook pasta, and then I cook it, and I'm like, okay, time to, or I roll my pasta, and I'm like, okay, time to cook it, and then I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to boil the water. So I'm gonna boil the water now. Oh, I freaking love Chinese broccoli. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we'll let that come to a boil. Fantastic. Jael, how you doing? I heard you had a shitty day, and I'm so sorry, dude. I hope things are better now. I hope you're at least at home. I hope you're relaxing. I hope you're feeling slightly better. I'm so sorry, dude. Frosty fed you, as he should. I'm glad. Oh, sorry, Noodle. Sounds good, though. All right, let's get a big scoop of flour here. because we're gonna need some flour to make sure stuff doesn't stick. It's been too hot to cook all weekend. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so we're flour galore all over the pasta maker, all over the board here. We're gonna work with a little bit of dough at a time. Ah, you grabbed the orchid. Is it real or is it fake?
Real.
Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. All right, let's get ready to roll some pasta. So we have our spinach dough. Look at that. It looks awesome. Like, it's got a little butt crack there. But the dough feels nice. It's a little bit tacky, but I think it's okay. So we're gonna flour it nicely and then start rolling it through. Look at that spinach dough. That spinach dough. Okay, so we're gonna just flatten it out with our hands a little bit, like so. Plenty of flour. All right. And start rolling it. Dat dough. Oh, hell yeah. This texture is awesome. Okay, we're gonna fold it in thirds. You want to just eat the dough? No, don't do that. That's gross. Oh, I like the feel of this dough. It's definitely like a little bit sticky, but it's not too bad. All right, let's try it one more time. One more pass through.
Her sister and her husband passed away right within each other. They all had dogs. So they all used to have a dog, and they passed away.
I am digging this dough. It feels good. It feels workable. Okay, one more, last one. Dat dough.
And so she was like telling me these stories about her taking like get up by these dogs, and I don't want like old lady and my grandma get all hurt up by these dogs. So
Okay. So we've now passed our dough through. It's not fully, there we go. Okay, now we're gonna start bumping it down a size as we go. This is to squish it a little bit smaller and smaller. So we're gonna go down 7, 6, now 5. Okay, we're gonna go down to 4. I think we're just gonna stop at 4 and cut there.
he's super cute. He's very playful.
I'm really pleased with the texture of the dough. It's totally workable.
He's like super destructive.
She should make samurai swords. Who, me? Should I go a little bit thinner? This is at 4. What do you guys think? Any pasta makers here in chat? This is rolled down to a 4. I feel like I could. You go a little bit thinner. Okay. I just want to make sure that it cuts cleanly. That's the only thing that I'm worried about, is that we still have to cut it. The thinner it goes, the harder it will be to cut, I think.
We're working on a lot of stuff.
I'll try it one more.
It's awesome. It's fun on your dog, but I would never have a dog.
Thin enough to see back kitty through. All right, we're going to flour it a little bit more.
And like even if you had, let's say you went to the shelter, you got a baby, you still have it. It's always kind of like the left with ice, kind of like. Peppermint is.
All right, so passing it through on setting 3. You're a pasta eater.
Some of them.
Good.
This cat.
You can't make pasta without pasta eaters in the world. All right, so here it is down to 3. Now we're gonna throw it on the cutter. Don't ask me, my pasta comes in boxes. Hang on, I need to turn my sausage a little bit.
That's how they know they have a scratch on their fingers. They get all fat and
Oh, am I doing this wrong?
sit on you and ask for more food.
Oh yeah, I was doing it wrong. There we go. Let me flip my sausages. Oh, these sausages look so good.
Breaking news, like, owner leaves cat, celery without food, and it's like,
Okay.
breaking news.
All right, can you guys see here? Maybe I can adjust the camera a little bit.
Breaking news, cat is eating additional food.
There, can you guys see that? Okay, so I'm gonna do it on the wide cut.
Just totally have cats out. It's like screaming at you, and it's like really irritating. But, yeah, I don't mind.
And here we go.
Which is great. I mean, people love this, but I wanted to sit down and hang out. He'll start if I just sat down, he'd start whining.
Master of splits, I'm evaporating, bypassing melting. I'm so sorry. You're going straight from solid to gaseous, right? That's how hot it is. There's no time for the liquid stage. We're going straight to evaporation, boys. Oh shit, guys, look at this pasta. Oh fuck, I forgot to take a TikTok. Okay, next batch I gotta. Guys, this is perfection. This is perfection. Guys, look at my pasta. Look, I did it.
Oh, that's really good.
Okay, so we're gonna flour it again, nicely. All right, so we're going to flour that nicely and
I just saw a good spot for her.
make sure it doesn't stick on itself, and then just kind of like arrange a little pile of it right there. Boom. Pasta. No, they were impressed. My fettuccine. Thanks, guys. The texture is awesome. So as long as the flavor is good, we're in business. So yeah, on the next batch, they look like the car wash thing is. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Okay, so on the next batch, we're gonna make sure to shoot a TikTok video. All right, these sausages are kind of fat, so they're taking a long time to cook. Okay, you guys ready for the next batch? So we're gonna take our cutter off, set that aside, and grab our next batch of dough. We are all sublimation here. Master of Splits, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, so we're gonna cut a little bit more dough. Let's cut another chunk. Not too big. I think it's easier when you work with smaller pieces. New milk tea idea. Spinach pasta and green milk tea with tapioca balls. The Boba Fett. Gross. Interesting idea. I'm never going to try it. Sounds gross. Zara Rani, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a great day so far. All right, once again, guys, our next batch of dough. So we're flouring it to make sure that it's not sticky on the outside, so it's not going to gunk up the machine. I'm just going to like press it out a little bit into like kind of a rectangle just to help get it started to feed it through the machine. Thank you so much for the biddies, Knife Clan. Thank you for the Pride biddies. Don't let them expire. I appreciate it. Master of Splits, I'm actually doing okay. I'm in California, in Southern California, and it's, I mean, we're used to the heat. I have central air, which is on right now. It's warm, but it's not unbearable. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I think it was like probably in the low 80s today. All right. 78 here right now? Yeah, it's not too bad right now. It was 106 earlier. We haven't hit triple digits in LA recently, I don't think. Oh, do you watch Chef Negan? Right on. Hi. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the follow. All right, I'm gonna do my little like lamination one more time. Yeah, I live in Los Angeles, yes. All right, now we're going down a setting from 7 to 6. We're gonna go down to 3 because 3 worked great. Hey, Wishing Well. You've only made pasta with the KitchenAid, never by hand. I don't have the KitchenAid attachment. I only have the hand one, and it suits me. I don't make enough noodles to like... Did I already do the second one? I can't remember. Let me run it again. Wait, no, I think I already did. Okay, so now we're going down to 4. You're Chef Negan's mom! Oh my gosh, guys, it's Chef Negan's mom! That's so cool. Okay, I have seen you before in chat. That's so cool. Well, welcome in. You think it's easier by hand? I don't know. I think if you're making a high volume of noodles, it's worthwhile to have the thing. It's just easy, you know. It just goes. But this works fine for me. So you're in Orange County, Anaheim Hills. Well, hello neighbor. You're not too far from me at all. Okay, so that was number 3. Putting our cutter on. Okay, but I want to, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's kind of hard because it's a little hard to do it one-handed, but let me get this started and then I'll... Okay, so we're going to start the cut like that. Hire a camera operator. Can I borrow you for just like 1 minute? Yeah. Can you just help me take some video again?
Oh, like a TikTok video on my phone?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Just I've already started cutting, so I want to get the bottom. Try to not get the computer stuff in the background. Just maybe like the top here and then the coming out. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate it. See that camera work? Hey, you can always help me shoot TikToks.
Yeah.
It's always helpful. Really, it is. Back from a cold shower. At least you have cold water. At least the pipes aren't like 100 degrees. Okay. So there's our pasta. Let me salt my water. Bye, Donoso. Have a great night. Thank you. Okay, so we've rolled our pasta and cut it. Now we're gonna get ready to boil it. We also want to get our sauce ready. So I'm actually not gonna use my cast iron, even though I love using my cast iron. It's not really great to use like acidic stuff on it. I think for a short period of time, like cooking a little bit of sauce and a little bit of pasta, it's not that big of a deal. But you'd never want to like slow cook. You wouldn't want to like slow cook a tomato sauce in it because the acidity will eat away at your seasoning. So I'm gonna use this instead. But yeah, like something like wine-based or vinegar-based or tomato-based, I think is supposed to be kind of bad for your cast iron. Frosty had to go fix the breaker. Oh my god, you had to take a dark shower. This day is just will not give you a break, huh? And it can also make your sauce taste like iron. Well, we don't want that, so I didn't know that. I thought it was just bad for your seasoning. All right, so here's my sausages. I don't know if they're fully cooked yet, but I'm gonna be tossing them in the sauce. So I guess if they're not cooked, they will be in a minute. So I guess I can turn that off. Ooh. I can check the internal temp. That is so smart. I forgot that I had that technology. Royce just tried to call up your leg. I feel like they should be cooked. They're fat sausages, but they're not like... They've been cooking for a while, so I feel like they're fine. I hate to lose all the juices, but I have to cut into them in a second anyway. I think they're probably fine. Yeah, they're at 165. I think that's good, right? I think it's fine because I'm gonna cut it and then toss it in sauce. So I think it's at like one. Yeah, it should be fine, right? Okay. Cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do? I gotta wait for those to cool down just a second so they don't like decimate my hands when I try to cut them open with like hot sausage juice. Just right. Don't want that hot sausage juice hurting anyone. But we got to cut it up, and then we got to get our sauce going. Toss it with our onions, peppers, mushrooms, do all that. Do I think that making sausages is going to become a regular thing here? I really enjoyed it, so maybe. Oh my god, Royce just tried to crawl up your leg. He's such a goof. Did you know he was out of his cage, or did he break out again? Okay, so here I'm gonna start heating up this pan. Let me get a little bit of olive oil. And the homemade sausage was a little bit of an arm workout. Yeah, it was a lot of like stuffing the sausage down in there. Got really tiring because I had to hold it above my shoulder, you know. So I definitely got really tired. Hot Sausage Juice, the banger new album from Sobo Records, includes such hits as Felix on a Chair. We did see some snakes in Hollywood. Okay, so I'm going to take some shallots. Actually, how are we gonna do this? Let me serve. Let me serve myself first, because I'm gonna do mine. No. Let me do mine first, and then I'll do my husband's second. So we'll start with some shallots. He isn't able to break out anymore. I let him out when I got home because it was too hot in his tank. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because that'd be really funny if you didn't even know that he was out and he just broke out and then was like, "Mom." All right, so we've got some shallots, some mushrooms, some peppers. I don't think he wants any of these. I think he just wants maybe a little bit of onion. So I'm just gonna cook these in a little bit of olive oil. All right, let's cook our pasta. All right, I think it doesn't need that long. So I'm gonna take a fork and like separate those noodles, make sure they have room to breathe and cook, and then cook it at a rolling boil for probably like 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, I cut the peppers and the shallots in circles. I thought that would be cute. That's literally what I said to myself. I said that'll be cute. This is gonna be such a colorful dish. Okay, let me grab a plate for these sausages. The sausages. All right, gonna cut them into slices here. I'm gonna try to cut them at an angle, actually. Ooh, hot. Ooh. Ooh. Oh shit, that's hot. Ooh, 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 ooh. But when I poked it with a fork, I didn't like that it kind of messed up the look of the sausage, so it's just gonna burn my fingers a little bit on it. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Okay, check out these sausages. So that's my, yeah. Shiny, I am gonna eat soon. Check out these sausages. I made them just for you. Actually. Guys, that was Shiny Pants' meal redemption. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back, Shiny Pants. Hope you're doing okay. All right. All right, so our tomato sauce with the mushrooms and the onions and the peppers. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull our pasta. And I'm gonna toss it right in with the sauce.
Has nothing else to do is on Red Bull when it's a summer vacation. Like, I don't want to play that game.
This is like unintentionally super like Pride Month, like rainbow beautiful pasta dish. This was not even my intention, but it's gorgeous. Yeah.
So I just play with them, and they got me into the bowl. So now, like, if I go to play,
All right, so that's my sausage.
it's not even like it's not what
I'm gonna add a little bit more tomato.
like naturally, but just because all my friends play it, and like maybe they'll jump on or maybe they'll know what I mean. Or play it there, I just always just jump in because I don't know how to play it. And then like sometimes it does like facilitate awesome times, like
Oh my god, this is gonna be such a giant bowl of pasta. Why did I do this to myself? This is too much food for one person to eat. Toss it like in the air? No. No way. I can't do that. Oh, it needs a little bit. Hang on, let me turn it down and add a little bit of basil. Do it for the TikToks. Guys, I can't. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. Okay. This is how you drop your dinner on the floor. Okay, ready? Here. I can't. Hey, you shut your mouth. He's like, you suck. You're gonna drop it. Stop it, you're distracting me. Okay, you ready? I can't, it's too heavy. I can't. It's too heavy. I can't get a good like flip on it because it's yeah. They are really heavy. It's like it's not as heavy as my cast iron, but it's really heavy. You know what? I think we're just gonna have to share this one because this is so much food. I cannot eat this whole bowl by myself. My husband's gonna have to deal with the peppers and the mushrooms. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, it's really big. All right, I got a little bit of fresh basil. Just like some torn basil. Do I have any cheese? I think I have some cheese too. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I can do it over here. No. There we go. They are very good chill cats, like especially for my hate cats. And I'm like, dude, if you got a cat that just like chills, they're like, no, they always run away. I'm like, you come over. My cat will sit on your lap. I'm like, my cat will sit on your lap if you just chill and don't. This pasta is glorious. They'll sit on your lap, they'll purr, and it's the texture is perfect. I literally have friends who like didn't like animals like that much and like literally are obsessed now. Mostly with Felix. Almost everyone thinks he's the best cat in the world. Oh shit, this one got flour on it. Kind of wish the sauce was like sticking to the noodles a little bit more.
You got it 2 years. I bought it 2 years ago because this is crazy.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do more sausage.
But we take them all with us when we go on trips, the cats and everyone in our RV.
Shh.
Okay.
Maybe that is enough. Maybe one sausage to split was enough. You know what? We'll do it smaller. I always make too much food. Maybe this is better. Maybe it's better this way. A little drizzle of olive oil. It already has olive oil in the sauce, so I think we're set there. I was gonna give it a little bit of basil and cheese. More sausage. Okay. Okay, so we'll do a little bit more sausage. Is it okay to just like add it on top?
One of the scariest things ever. I test drove one when I was getting my new car.
Kind of wish that I could see the pasta more. Yeah, wish the color would show through a little bit more.
It's a fun car for like things like that, but if it was your daily driver,
Oops.
you probably get used to it, but it's not always intense when you're driving. It's a fucking weird. Yeah, I was looking at new vehicles because obviously mine is not right, but I'm looking at the GT.
It's not as pretty as I want it to be, even though it's pretty and I love the colors and it's like so beautifully rainbow and gorgeous. I wish it was a little bit like brighter, but you can see the green on the bottom. I don't have a clear bowl. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese on top. I'll put more on before I eat it, don't worry. This is just for photos. I always put on a conservative amount of cheese for the photos, and then I go nuts right after I take it.
Very good. It's better than these. You don't want to smoke these. I smoke these.
A little bit of like torn basil on top.
Someone gave them to her, and she's like, I don't smoke weed. And I was like, okay.
All right.
Yeah, here's the weed in it.
All right, there we go.
That's the weed that's in the joint. And supposedly an old man grew it that.
Maybe you could turn it from the bottom a bit to get some noodles on one side. Well, I can see the noodles. I don't know. I'm just not that good at plating, you know? That's just the truth of it. I'm telling you all my secrets.
So yeah, no, there's shows here that are happening, and they're like, they're technically, well, they are illegal, but you don't have to pay the sales tax, and you also get absurd prices. So like, you can get the same things that you can get like at like a Jungle Boys or a shop, but you'll like not pay the sales tax. You'll get it directly from the person. Yeah. So literally, these are like, they're so crazy. So it's Instagram based, kind of. You have to like follow the right accounts.
I'm not that good at plating. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Is it weird that I miss my favorite restaurant more than my family? No, but don't tell your family that. I don't know if they'd like to hear that. Add some capers for John. Capers are good. So good. I love capers.
So I'll take you to one if you want. The membership cards.
Do you think it's because everyone in your building is trying to use their AC?
$15, but then once you get the card, you'll be on. You'll get text, and then you can bring people.
Do you think it's because the whole building's trying to use them?
Goes out that way, but like the cost, especially if you're just smoking bud, it's so cheap. Like you can get.
Let me try the pasta just by itself.
Like really.
See if we can like actually taste the difference of the spinach.
Like the really fancy ones for like maybe $10 to $20. Like what we're talking like the really big ones. Like 50 each.
Did I lose audio? I muted you guys for a second, but then I came back.
Who you're talking to, but yeah. And you can buy in bulk, which depending on who you are, you might buy in bulk. But you know, they'll give you better price. It's like they'll be like, it's like maybe it's $10 each, but you're like, oh, I want to get 12.
The pasta is good, but I don't really taste the spinach. Like I can't really taste the difference, you know?
My friend
It looks gorgeous, but it doesn't taste that different.
trying to find good prices, and I don't like to get ripped off and not to spend too much because I smoke a lot, so I like to spend as least as possible. He put me onto them after they started. We were going to these. This is
No, capers are good.
Recently moved out here. I've only been here 3 months. Okay, so about 2 years ago.
The texture is lovely.
We used to have like no joke weed.
These noodles are awesome.
In California, and I
They're smooth. They cut perfectly.
told me when I was there.
They're like silky. They're like the texture of these noodles is like silky smooth. But they don't really taste very spinachy.
For $600, 100 grams. So it was just like $6 a gram, and this is the kind that you sell for like $40 or $50 a kilo at like Tag or.
But the texture is perfect.
I just kept it for myself. Like and I smoked it for like 2 years. So I just like didn't smoke. At that point, I wasn't even smoking wax. Yeah, I wasn't even smoking at that point. So I had it like for 2 years, and I had Zoe, had her go, and
I would do it with a different sauce. I think it'd be really good with like a cream sauce, which I'm never gonna make a cream sauce. It's so heavy. But like I would generally not eat something like an Alfredo because it's too much, but it would be so good. Like a spinach fettuccine Alfredo.
But they used to have those events, and they don't have that anymore. That was crazy. So this is the next best thing. This is like,
Thanks for the lurk, princess.
but
What are you crafting?
they don't want to get raided by the cops because they are paying taxes.
The sausage is so good. I'm really proud of my sausage. Well, I'm not saying never. Like, if you guys told me to, I would. It's like generally not something I would go for because it's so heavy. And it's like when you make it and you see exactly how much like cream and butter and stuff goes into it, it's like, ugh, gross. I'm gonna freeze this and roll it out another time because I think it's gonna be fresher that way than if I roll it out and try to keep it in the fridge or freezer. I think it's gonna be better to just go ahead and freeze the dough the way it is and just come back to it another day. That's what I did last time with my pasta dough and it worked great. Scooby-Doo, what a fun name. I made an Italian sausage. I don't want to say like a totally spicy Italian sausage, but it does have a little bit of a kick to it. But yeah, so I'm gonna flatten this out so that it thaws faster, and then I'm gonna stick this in the freezer, and yeah, we'll work on this another day. No, I know it's delicious. It's just like I don't want to see what goes into it. You know what I mean? Like, we need to rig some predictions when she's offline to pull our points. Oh my god, what? You're gonna rig predictions offline? How do you even do that? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to have that unmuted. Some sort of NBA thing on the homepage. I gotta figure out who we're gonna raid. That's the only way really for me to like give points, because I can't give points. I don't have the power to do that. It's not politically incorrect. If you're a Jewish person, you can call yourself a Jew. I have plenty of Jewish people in my life who call themselves Jews. It's not politically incorrect. It's hilarious. You guys are evil. I'm going to pretend I didn't read that. I don't know anything about it. Corruption. Corruption, I say. No, it's not politically incorrect to call a Jew a Jew. As long as that's what they want to be called. And if you happen to be a Jew, then you can call yourself a Jew. It's all good. Yeah, as long as you're not using it as an insult. Yeah, exactly. Dave's already corrupt. Guys, who should we go see tonight? We're going to wrap it up and go on a little raidy raid. Who shall we go see? If anyone has genuine suggestions for cooking, art, crafting, music streams, something nice and creative. Food and drink streamers are rarer now? What do you mean? They're not live right now, or they're in general they're rarer. We got some music streams. I got CA in LA. Oh, there are none on lay'ly. Well, I've been streaming less because I've been super busy with work, but Cheska is live. Anamatalibres has a meat shop in Mexico / America. Do they stream from said meat shop? Isn't it kind of late? Is their meat shop open at 10 p.m.? Colleen Dauncey music is nice. I'm open to like a new channel. I'm open to like someone new, as long as you guys, as long as you guys can say like, yes, they're cool, I've watched them, they're nice, they have a nice community, like, then I'm open to doing a new target. So like maybe like Colleen Dauncey music. Let's check them out. Let's check out what's going on over here. Colleen Dauncey doing a little cozy corner music. Yeah, I got AFK Kitchen, of course. Of course, of course. Misty is cool. Misty is cool, but I don't think she's on. Hang on, I'm stuck in an ad. Let me just see what's going on. Let me see what's what here. Excuse me. Oh, she got a keyboard. Yeah, we rated Vital Morgan's the other night, and it was just absolutely wonderful. She's got such a beautiful voice, and she's just so sweet. So I like music for sure. Yeah, let's go check out Colleen Dancy music. Thank you for the suggestion, Hoju. I gotta practice the flipping. Yeah, totally. All right, guys, we're gonna go rate a music stream. So get ready for some chill music vibes. If you guys want to we ate dinner. We were getting ready to unwind a little bit with some nice jams. Here are my social links, guys. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and you can also join our Discord. Um, what am I going to say? I might be live tomorrow. I'm not usually live on Tuesdays, but I might be live tomorrow because I'm out of dog food. So I might have to do a little special stream and cook some food for the turkles because I'm on his last bag. So potentially, I'm not 100% sure, but I might be on here tomorrow. But um, I will be live Wednesday and Thursday. That's the plan, at least. I don't know what I'm making yet. I'm gonna figure it out. Um, Dave. Exactly. Good food and some good music. Yeah. Thank you so much, Scooby Doo. Thank you. That's very kind of you. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Here's our raid call. Feel free to copy and paste that if you want, if you are subbed, or if you have used your points to unlock that emote. Otherwise, come up with your own thing. We're going to head on over to Colleen Dauncey Music. Let's bring the hype. Show some love for her beautiful music stream. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. You guys rock. Stay cool. I know it's hot. I know it's really hot for some of you guys. So hang in there. You're going to get through it. It freaking sucks, but stay safe out there, guys. Take care, y'all. I love you guys. Bye.
That person has a reputation, which they shouldn't have. Just because, I don't know, it just happens. Like, because you come into the situation, and you're like, oh, these people are gonna, have all these